Pastor Ryan here with a sermon follow-up from our sermon last week. We were in Matthew 25, kind of in the middle of that chapter of Matthew, which is broken up really into three parables that Jesus tells. This parable is the parable of the talents. A man was going on a journey, just to sum it up real fast, and he gave three of his servants a sum of money to leave behind: 1 talent to one servant, 2 talents to another, and 5 talents to another servant, a third servant. Talent was a sum of money. It was a weight of either gold or silver that was worth a lot of money. Laborers, 20 years of a laborer's wages. So you're talking about, $300,000, $600,000, and $1.5 million is what this master has left. And as we looked at that, we looked at the fact that God is calling us not just to stewardship of our finances. Actually, this is not a parable about entrepreneurship, but it's a parable about having been entrusted with the gospel and the weight of the gospel, this good news of salvation in Jesus Christ. And the question is, in this in-between time, between the time in which Christ has come the first time, his birth, his life, his death, and his resurrection, and his coming again, as we are in this in-between time waiting for our master to return, the question is this: how will we leverage what God has given us for the sake of the gospel? How will we understand that we are those who have received mercy? We're those who have received grace, that God has made us a people when we were not a people, that God has called us from death into life, life in Christ. What will we do? Not to bury this good news of the gospel, and not to hide it, but to let it shine forth. So my question to you is, who do you encounter today, and how will you reach them today? And how will you make them aware, or make them to know that God is in your life and that God has done great things for you? I think oftentimes we think of evangelism as arguing, and that's not what evangelism is. Evangelism is bearing witness. It's being a witness bearer, telling the truth about what God has done for you. So I would encourage you today, I would exhort you today, just to talk to whoever it is that you see in your life. Maybe it's a family member, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a neighbor. It's a little bit more difficult maybe in these days, and perhaps you think, well, I don't know anyone. I don't have anybody to talk to tell. Would you pray about it? Would you say, God, would you put people in my life, people that I would have opportunity to share with, just who you are? God's blessings today.